The last time CO2 was this high, humans did not exist. And if we raised carbon in the air to levels above 1%, humans start to feel sick. And deforestation is one of the largest human-caused sources of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Deforestation is so harmful to us and the environment, and yet we still destroy forests, sometimes twice as fast as they are being replanted. In our lifetime, 216 million acres of forest have been lost. That's the size of Texas and California combined. Deforestation doesn't just impact the carbon in the air, but the entire ecosystem. When acres are deforested, animals lose habitat for them. Water normally trapped under the canopy of trees evaporates and is lost. Finally, deforestation hurts the whole world, as it causes CO2 to rise because when a tree is cut down, the CO2 in its system is let out. Then, if the forest is clear-cut, there aren't any trees to take the CO2 back in. The largest amount of deforestation, 54%, is due to clear-cutting that is for unsustainable burn agriculture. Burn agriculture is started by when the farmer burns down trees and then starts growing crops on land. The ash from the destroyed forest provides a little but short-term nourishment for the plants. When the soil becomes less nourishing, the farmers move on to a new patch of land and begin the process again. Another example is that 22% of deforestation is caused by removing natural forests for planting of high-saturated fat palm oil plantations. Deforestation for planting palms releases trapped CO2 from the peat under the rainforest, as well as in the trees themselves. And it destroys habitats for thousands of endangered species. Instead of chopping down tropical forests for planting of palms and palm oil, those trees could be planted on mineral soils and depleted soils, such as those that have been previously cut down. Also, 19% of deforestation is due to short-sighted profiteering logging that far exceeds the rate of reforestation. Finally, 5% is for cattle ranching for expensive, unhealthy, high-saturated fat red meat. Although not directly caused by cutting down trees, deforestation is worse because of global warming, which causes drought and stresses trees, allowing diseases like bark beetles to kill trees that normally wouldn't die. Trees that rely on one another and cutting down large amounts of these trees kills trees nearby. An example of this is recently in the news, Santa Cruz Island, here in California, where due to global warming there is less fog, what certain trees live on, and they are now dying. No matter how horrible deforestation is, people still do it. And at this rate, all rainforests are predicted to go extinct in less than 100 years. However, Earth's human population has doubled to 7 billion in only 44 years. So it could be much sooner. The clock is ticking. And deforestation threatens us directly in many ways. For example, the trees in the forest go extinct, we lose over 121 natural medicines. They come from the forest and they will not be able to be replaced, like cancer drugs or drugs for asthma. Erosion is also a major problem worsened by deforestation. A study in the Côte d'Ivoire found that forested slopes areas lost only 300th tons of topsoil per hectare. Cultivated slopes, however, lost 90 tons per hectare, whereas bare slopes lost over 138 tons per hectare. Another example is in the 1980s, an Indonesian island was losing 770 million metric tons of topsoil every year. An estimated cost of 1.5 million tons of rice, enough to fulfill the needs of up to 15 million people, all because people who can't look beyond their own nose cut down the forest. So by supporting local parks, Sierra Club and WWF, and being active in the fight against deforestation, even locally, haven't they missed a chance to stop local urban deforestation in front of Hatch School? And walking past there now is hotter, and the hawks that were there don't have a home. Reforestation is a great way to repair the damage done. Take a page from China, where the government has, in the past, set a requirement that everyone between the ages of 11 and 60 is responsible for planting up to 5 trees per year, or completing an equal amount of work in other areas of forestry. Since 1982, the government claims that at least 1 billion trees have been planted in China as a result. However, the solution is not just reforestation. It is also protecting the old growth and any more trees from further destruction. Forests, by just being there, affect the outcome of endangered species, global warming, and provides a stable environment for water and springs to exist and not dry up too quickly, creating ecosystems and habitats for animals, including humans, to live and enjoy. Deforestation is a serious issue that seems to often occur for no good reason, and there are solutions, even simple ones like changing how crops or where crops are being planted and replanting trees. Thank you.